Today in this training session we will again cover business process, how it happens in manufacturing industry. So now it in a bit more detail, because we now know the documents which are associated with each process, with each entity. So first of all, let us draw a simple company process. So first of all, let's say this is a company called TMT, and their business is selling TMT bars, iron rods used in construction industry. So they are manufacturers, they are manufacturing. So what organization, what department this organization can have? So first of all, we will start with the basic departments. One is purchase, one is sales, and there will be one which is account, and there will be one another department which we call inventory. So these are the departments that this manufacturing company has. So now we need to check, or we need to ensure what kind of business process this company need to have. Also, this company has production plants. So we will say, so this is their production plant. They have two factories. For an example, one factory is in Kolkata, another factory is in Jamshedpur, and through this their business is going on. Similarly, Kolkata factory has some inventory and Jamshedpur factory has some inventory. So inventory exists in Kolkata factory, inventory exists in Jamshedpur factory for raw materials, and inventory exists, they have a separate inventory for finished goods which is only there in Kolkata, for an example. And this is for Kolkata, this one is for finished goods only. So this is their business. Now how the business is happening? So first let us start with the purchase process. So when we talk about purchase process, there are some vendor. So this is their business. Now let's clean and let's start with one by one. So first their purchase process. So let's first remove this. So this is the business diagram, a diagrammatic representation of the company's business. Now we'll start with each process, how the process is happening and how it's going on. So the process starts with, so I will again draw a simple diagram. Let's say this is the company. This is their purchase department, and this is their accounts department. Purchase department has some purchase employees and some purchase manager. There is inventory in three places, Kolkata and in Jamshedpur. Kolkata has two kind of inventory. One, as I mentioned, is for finished goods, another one is for raw materials. Jamshedpur only has raw material. So whatever production happening in Jamshedpur, the output of the production, that means the finished goods, are shipped to finished goods inventory of Kolkata. So now how the purchase process is basically going on. So purchase process can start from many points. Purchase employee E1 is checking the inventory regularly, specifically the raw materials inventory. They might be using some ERP system, so they are using ERP. So purchase employee in ERP, he has access to inventory module and purchase module. So purchase employee is regularly checking the inventory of raw materials of both the production plant. He saw one day that the inventory is less for production. The purchase employee might get input from other sources like sales. Some salesperson of this company is trying to sell 50,000 pieces of a TMT bar to one customer. When he is sending the sales order, he saw that there is not 50,000 pieces available in the inventory. So he requests purchase department to purchase raw material and then produce it. Or he might request the inventory guy that I need this amount of inventory. Inventory guy saw that this amount is not available, this quantity is not available within the inventory. So what inventory guy does? Inventory guy requests purchase department to acquire the raw materials so that production can happen. So there can be multiple input. There is no fixed point of input. There can be multiple input depending on the type of business or the business process. Might be one business, let's say for an example, for this business, sales employee trying to sell 50,000 pieces doesn't saw enough inventory. So he requests the inventory guy that I need this inventory by 25th of July so that I can send it to the customer. Now inventory guy checked too and saw this amount of inventory is not available in finished goods in Kolkata. So he requests the production department to produce. Production saw that there are not enough raw materials available. So production requests purchase that I need this amount of to achieve 50,000 pieces. They have a material requirement plan that to achieve 50,000 pieces of rod they need 3 tons of iron ore, they need 50 kilo of some chemical compound. So whatever is required to produce this 50,000 pieces of rod, the production, if production saw that there is shortage in raw material, production will instruct purchase department to initiate the purchase and acquire the raw material. So this is the input point. I am not saying from which point purchase department got this input. There can be multiple point of inputs. In any way, purchase department got a request or purchase department saw the raw materials is not enough. Now what purchase department will do? So there are vendors associated. So let's say there is vendor V1, V2 and V3. These are vendors. So purchase department, what it do? Purchase employee will send purchase request to all the vendors. It's a purchase request. It's not an official document kind of. It might be a telephonic call that I need this amount of pieces, this amount of raw material from you guys. Quote me, send me the quotation. To whom this purchase employee will request? Vendor has sales department and sales employee. So they will request it to vendor's sales department. Purchase department of TMT is associated with the sales department of the vendor. So they will ask the vendor sales department to quote. Now all three vendors send the sales quotation in return. Sales quotation they are sending to this purchase employee or purchase department. They are sending sales quotation. Now the purchase department will get pricing, different quotations and different prices. They will start negotiation with the vendor, and they will ultimately agree at a point that okay, we are good with vendor V1. They provided us good payment term on credit. They provided us on time delivery in history, and now also they are committing that they will deliver within for an example 5th of July, which is highly required for my production, so that I can produce and supply 50,000 pieces within 25th July. So they committed that they will send by 5th of July all the raw materials, and they are providing good payment term. So purchase department agreed to this point. So now what purchase department will do? Now purchase department will confirm them. So now when purchase department is confirming them, that means they need to confirm through a valid document. So this document will be called purchase order. So purchase department of this company TMT will send a purchase order through which it is committing that okay, I am ordering you, I am confirming you this number of raw material I require at this amount. So they will create this purchase order through their ERP. They will just print or get a PDF copy of that. They will send it to the vendor. Now what this vendor will do? Vendor will get this purchase order. They will convert it to a sales order. Okay, it's their internal process. So first let's clean the other vendors who are not selected, who have quoted but their quotation is not up to the mark, so they were not selected for this operation. So now the vendor will get a sales order, convert the purchase order into a sales order within their own company systems, or manually they will convert it because purchase order in this case will be a document, a PDF document if it's in soft copy, or a printed document if it's in hard copy. So the vendor will convert it, fine, sales order, and then the vendor will send this sales order for further processing within his company, for further processing. To which departments? Vendor will send it to their purchase or production department, so that they can get this material, so that they can dispatch it to the customer TMT, because purchase for TMT is, as I mentioned earlier, sales for the vendor. So vendor, how the vendor will acquire the material which they require, like 3 tons of, here I mentioned 3 tons of iron ore and 50 kg of some chemical compound. So 3 tons of iron ore might be they will get from their mining operation, and chemical compound they need to purchase from another global vendor. So they will purchase as well as they will produce something to fulfill the order of TMT. Also the sales order will be sent to the accounts department of the vendor, so that accounts department can take care of the commercial. Now what accounts department will do of the vendor side? What accounts department will do? Accounts department will create an AR invoice, or it might be AR down payment invoice if the client will pay some advance. So by any mean the accounts will simply create an invoice. So we will say an invoice. There can be payment term might differ. There can be partial payment. There can be payment fully on credit. Fully for now on credit. They will pay after they get the this thing within their inventory, this raw materials. There can be multiple payment terms, but simply the accounts department of the vendor will create an invoice, and they will send this invoice to the accounts department of the customer, in this case TMT. They will send this invoice. They will send this invoice to this accounts department of the customer, so that accounts department of the customer can take care of the payment. Okay, can take care of the payment. So both accounts department of the customer and accounts department of the vendor will take care of the payment terms. Purchase or production department will get the materials. Now when the materials is received, the sales order will now reach to shipment department of the vendor. Shipment department will already saw that the items has been acquired. So now what shipment department will do, it will create a delivery document and will send this shipment of the materials to directly the inventory of the customer side. So as this is raw materials, this is required in Kolkata inventory as well as this is required in Jamshedpur inventory for production. So they will send this amount, that means 3 tons might be divided into 2 plus 1 ton. 2 tons sent to Kolkata, 1 ton sent to Jamshedpur. 50 kg might be divided into 30 plus 20, 30 kilo to their Kolkata plant and 20 kilo to Jamshedpur plant. So they will send the delivery, might be split the delivery into 2 and send it to different locations. So this is a shipment. Once the inventory guy of the TMT receive these deliveries, they will sign up on the delivery document and they will send it back to the vendor. So vendor's shipment or courier service will come with the shipment of the raw material along with a document which is delivery document, and will get it signed by the inventory guy as their acceptance that yes, you have received, we have this proof, so that in future TMT inventory guy cannot put up any question regarding the delivery of this. So that's why it's a legal document. They will come up with delivery document and they will get it signed when they are delivering the items. So this process is over at the vendor side. Now what will happen in the company side, in the TMT company side? So TMT company, now they what will do, their purchase department, when it is received, inventory will intimate purchase department that yes, we have received this shipment. How they will intimate this to purchase department? Through, generally the intimation is done through a document called GRPO, goods received purchase order. So goods received purchase order can be created by inventory or can be created by purchase itself. So if not by inventory, then inventory guy will intimate purchase department that you have ordered, this is the purchase order that you sent to the customer and we have received this shipment. So purchase department, on the basis of that, they will create a GRPO in their ERP. GRPO means they have received this amount or quantity of raw material successfully within their inventory. They need to let the system know. How otherwise, how ERP knows that you have received something within your own warehouse? ERP is not artificial intelligence. So you need to enter through some document, and that document is GRPO, goods received purchase order. Purchase department or inventory guy updates the system using this document, and then in ERP you will see the stock of the raw material increased. Previously if it's showing 30,000 30 tons of iron ore, now it will show 33 tons of iron ore. Previously if it's showing 200 kilos of chemical compound, now it will show 250 kilo of chemical compound when you add this GRPO. Done. Accounts department, when the payment is over with the customer, accounts department will create an AP invoice for their internal record. AP means accounts payable invoice, for their internal record, which keeps a track that they have paid this amount to this vendor. They have paid this amount to this vendor. So AP invoice will be created for their own record and nothing else. So now again we will concentrate on the another operation, which is sales, how it happened. So we have again the same company TMT, producing TMT bars for construction industry, building construction and other construction industry. So they have a department of its sales process. So they will have a sales department under which there are salespersons associated. There is again accounts department, there is inventory. So inventory is directly associated with their production plant. Inventory has Kolkata, they have finished goods inventory. So we will only consider finished goods here, not other inventory, because here the client will only sell finished goods. So production replenishing the inventory of Kolkata, it's a finished goods inventory. Whatever is produced sent to Kolkata. Production is happening in two places, in Kolkata and in Jamshedpur, but all finished goods sent to the Kolkata inventory. Okay, so this is, let's start with the sales process now. So there are sales process, there are customers. Instead of vendor, there will be customers. Customers will also have two departments which will be associated with my all transactions. One department will be purchase, because customers purchase process is your sales process, and another is accounts. So your account will be connected with customers account department, your sales people will be connected with their purchase people and nothing else. So let's start how it happened. Let's start about a thing called requirement. Customer require 50,000 pieces. This customer require 50,000 pieces of TMT bar. What this customer will do? How it can approach you? So there can be multiple ways of sales, because sales cannot happen from one source. Might be this customer has a history with you, has a relationship with you, because this is for manufacturing, all is happening for B2B. It's a B2B sales. So they have, TMT has always have loyal customers and long relationship. The customers with whom they are maintaining a long lasting relationships, because B2B is all about relationship selling. So they will, so it has a customer. Let's take the simple logic, customer already associated with TMT, and let's say customer has done some previous business with them. So what customer will do? Customer require 50,000 pieces of TMT bar. Customer might be some builder or some construction company. They regularly purchase TMT bars. So what this customer will do, customer's purchase department will send a request that okay, we need 50,000 pieces. So it will request your sales department that we need through any mean. It can be through phone, it can be through email, it can be through any mean, by visiting your office, or your sales employees visiting customer's office, or your sales employee met with the customer in some event. In any way, customer requests for 50,000 pieces of TMT bar, and customer requests what will be the delivery date and what will be the
price.
So first of all, what this salesperson will do, what S1 will do, S1 will first check inventory, because they are using ERP as we assumed before starting this session. They are using some ERP. So S1 will first check within their ERP system whether they have sufficient inventory or not. Will check. If S1 finds out that okay, inventory is fine, we can supply 50,000 pieces, so they will simply respond. If S1 saw that no, there are no sufficient inventory, so they will intimate the inventory guy, the inventory department, or the personnel who is looking after the inventory, that I need 50,000 pieces within the month of July, and when 25th of July customer requested for the delivery. What do you say? So inventory guy, it's not something which they can purchase, it's something which they need to produce. It's TMT bar. So inventory guy will be coordinating with the production that I'll be needing 50,000 pieces of TMT bars within the date of 10th July. Because after that there will be some quality check of the TMT bar, and then after quality check the TMT bar will be sent to customers. So they need some time for that. So they are requesting production department. So production department will check. They saw that Kolkata is already producing some order placed by some other customer. So it's not possible for the Kolkata plant to take up this 50,000 pieces order. But Jamshedpur plant is not fully occupied. Jamshedpur plant has the potential to increase its production numbers. So it will be that it decided that okay, Jamshedpur plant, we will produce this. Production department will require raw material. For that they will again go to the previous process which I explained of purchase. They will request purchase department to get the raw materials for this 50,000 pieces. But anyways, that's separate subject we have already discussed. So simply production department decided that in Jamshedpur plant they will produce this 50,000 pieces, and production department replied to inventory that okay, by 5th of July we can provide to you might be 40,000 pieces, and by 10th of July the rest 10,000 pieces. So inventory guy will notify the salesperson that yeah, you can take the order, but by 5th of July we can get 40,000, by 10th of July we will get 10,000. So salesperson got the information that okay, they can deliver it. Now what salesperson will do? Salesperson will send an official quotation, sales quotation, to the purchase department of the customer regarding the pricing and regarding the delivery date. Now purchase department is okay, of the customer is okay with the delivery date, but they said no, you are charging 1200 rupees for per TMT bar. Can it be done at 1000 rupees? So after some negotiation, might be they agreed, the sales employee agreed at 1100 rupees, which is accepted by the customer also. So they will again update the sales quotation and will send it again. Purchase department now agreed that yeah, that's fine, 1100 rupees, 50,000 pieces by 25th of July. This is fine for us. So they will confirm the sales department of TMT company through a purchase order. Sales department will get this purchase order. That means the deal is confirmed. They will create a sales order. They will generate a sales order. They will send it to their accounts department so that their accounts department can take care of the commercial aspects, and they will send it to their inventory guy that okay, we got the order, this is the sales order, get the get the quantity of this product. Inventory will send it to production plant and the production will be started. When the production is over, then it will be transferred to the Kolkata finished goods inventory. Okay, and there will be one shipment department who is take care of all the shipments. So when production transfer it to Kolkata inventory guy will forward that details means here in terms of sales order to the shipment department, that against this sales order we have this inventory which we need to ship to the customer. Shipping can happen through any transportation. It can be by road, it can be as this is TMT bar, it should be either by road, by train, or by like ship or something like that. They need to send it to customer. Now shipment department when they are ready, they will send this shipment to the customer's inventory place where the inventory is there. This will be customer's inventory, this will go to, so they will send it to inventory, that means to the customer's warehouse, by sending through a delivery document. So they will send the shipment along with a document called delivery. They will deliver it to customer's inventory, where the customer's inventory, that means in their warehouse. So the customer's inventory guy will sign up on the delivery document and send it back as for their records. Okay. Accounts department. So we left with this cycle. Now what accounts department will do, when they receive the sales order, they will create an AR invoice. It's called account receivable invoice. I am about to receive this amount from you, and they will send this AR invoice to this accounts department. This AR invoice, they will send it to this accounts department, that we need this amount of payment from you. Payment can be split payment, payment can be partial payment, payment can be all advance payment, or payment can be fully on credit. In manufacturing, payments can be of many types, but this is the policy. So this accounts department of the customer will settle up the payment with the accounts department of the company. So in this way the sales process going on within a manufacturing company, and typically it's a B2B sales.